ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरहृषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, 3rd chapter, verse number 21. Sri Uddhava is continuing to explain Lord Krishna's pastime in Dwarka. And in the last few verses he spoke how he was living in Dwarka and giving pleasure to his devotees. So he had many devotees, all his family members are his devotees, and they had such a nice relation. So everybody was in bliss, and there are so many devotees when Krishna was present. It is rare that even one pure devotee existing somewhere and so many simultaneously. Therefore earth was very happy. He came to remove the burden of earth. So this was the best period for the earth when Krishna was present. And said that the devotees on earth as well as in the heavenly planets, they were all enjoying, happy, and specifically the Yadavas. And among the Yadavas, more specific about the woman. So he says, Reme Kshanadaya Datta Kshana Stri Kshana Shohrana. That he very much relished the nights in the association of his wives, because they were full of Sahrida, or beautiful heart. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Imam lokam martya lokastham sobhaktam. That Imam lokam means his devotees situated in the mortal world on this planet, and Amum means Devalokastham, and in the heavenly planets. Teshu api madhya yadunam nitram. And among them also, specifically the Yadus, who were very, very fortunate. And Yadushu api madhya strishu rami. And among the Yadushu also, he had very loving relationship with the women. Iti ashakti adhikyam. So this shows his great affection and attachment. Previously he had said that he did not have any attachment. Now he is showing too much attachment. So when somebody is completely detached, that means they are also attached somewhere. If they are detached in the material world, they must be attached to the spiritual world. So that is the meaning, that he was asakta, detached in the material activities, but was very much attached to the spiritual activities and his devotees. Kshanadaya Rajanya Dattaha Kshano Apsaro Yasan. So he gave them time at night, because in the daytime he was busy going to the assembly house, taking care of the managerial things. And at night he will meet his wives. Tatha bhutasu strishu kshanena ratotsavena swahridam yasya. So this word stri kshana can be translated in two ways. One is strikshana means stri, and ikshana means looking. And one is stri and kshana. So kshana also means festival. So it could mean ikshana and it could mean festival. Looking and festival. Swahirdam yasya. So his heart was devoted to them. Pattamahishinam Swarup Bhutatvat. The principal queens of Krishna are manifestation of his Swarup Shakti. Chit Shaktitvam. Therefore they are Chit Shakti. That is the meaning, that they are in his heart, or he gave his heart to them, means his internal potency. So this is described in the Prabhaskhanda of Skanda Purana. Skanda Prabhaskhande Shiva Gauri Samvade Gopyadi Mahatmya Drishta. There is a dialogue between Lord Shiva and Parvati, where they are talking about the glories of the gopis. So he is quoting this verse from there. Sodasaiva sahasrani gopyas tatra samagataha lakshamekam tatha shashti rete krishna suta priye. So he says that actually these 16,000 wives which Krishna had there, these were the gopis from Vrindavan who had come there as his wives. And he had 1,60,000 sons from them. Iti ukramya Hansa eva mataha Krishna Paramatma Janardana Tasya etaha shakteyo devi Shodasaiva prakrita. So later on it is described that these are all the potencies of Krishna. There is a list of 16 potencies given in Bhagavatam. All this Vimala, Utkarshni, Jaya, they are all potencies. And then 16 potencies are the 16,000 queens. One potency has 1,000 expansions. So you have power, and from the power the rays are coming. So these are all his own potencies. And enjoyment is when you have energy in the body. If there is no energy in the body, what can you enjoy? And you cannot enjoy unless you spend your energy. So there is Swarupananda and there is Swarup Satyananda. Two types of bliss. One is like you have money. So you just feel happy by having money, isn't it? When you have money in your pocket, then you feel happy. If you don't have money in your pocket, then this world looks quite dry. Suppose you lose all your money suddenly and you are on the road, then how will you feel? Try to imagine it sometime. If you are walking on the road and you don't know where you will eat next meal, and then suddenly you get money, then immediately your mood will change. Money has this power. So that is called Swarup Shakti. Money is like your power. And another way of enjoying is when you spend that money. So just keeping is one way. So God has His energies, they are within Him. And He is lying down on this big snake. So that is happy. With His Swarup Shakti, He is sleeping. And then He gets up and He manifests this energy outside. And then He deals with them. So that is even more. So Swarup Satyananda is more than Swarup Swarupananda. So Krishna has got 16 Shakti. And every energy of Krishna has his personification. People talk of impersonalism. In case of Krishna, everything is personal, personalized. All his energies are human beings. They are personalities. So one is that you have energy and it has no form. Suppose you have poetic energy. You can write poems, or you can paint, or you can sing, but they are not some beings. They are just some ability inside you. Now you imagine that they actually become living beings. That your music ability is standing in front of you. And you say, okay, now Deepak Rag. And suddenly the Deepak Rag becomes manifest. So Krishna is like that. He has got his energies and they are all Devis. Because energy is a female. So female means who likes to serve. That is the meaning of Devi. Who likes to play. Dev Dhatu means to shine, and it also means to play. Devu Kridayam. So they are playing. So when Krishna says Devi hi esa gunmayi, that my Maya is Devi. So Devi is translated as divine. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translates one who plays. Because Maya is playing with all the children in this world. And that is another meaning of the word Devi. So there are 16, and these 16 were the 16,000 wives. Chandra Rupi Mataha Krishna Kala Rupastu Tasmrita. So Krishna is like the moon. Krishna was born in the moon dynasty. There are two famous dynasties in India, moon dynasty and the sun dynasty. Because light is coming from these two at our planet. Other stars are very far away. They are also sending lights, but it takes long time to reach and it's very faint. So these two lights are coming on earth from the sun and from the moon. So Krishna was born in moon dynasty. He is a Muni. You know Munis?
Sage?
No, you never heard of
What
the
happened to
Munis?
the Munis?
You never heard of the Munis from
So
Japan?
young.
He was from Japan? Yeah.
Korea.
Korea. He was from Korea.
Reverend Sun Young Moon.
And what he did?
He was doing the same thing which Hare Krishna people were doing.
Marrying lots of people.
Collecting money on the street by selling flowers.
They're selling flowers.
So they are the loony moonies. So Krishna is a Muni because he is born in the Moon dynasty. Now Moon has got 16 kalas. There are 15 days in a fortnight from Prathama, Dutiya, Tritiya. Every day is increasing. And then there is full moon and no moon, so there are 16. So these are the 16 kalas, the potencies, 16 potencies of the moon. Every day one potency is increasing. When you start from the new moon, then one potency goes on increasing. Then you come up to the full moon. Then it starts decreasing one by one. So there are 16 potencies of the moon. And because Krishna is a Muni, so he also had 16 potencies. So therefore it is said that Krishna is a Sodaskala avatar. That he is an avatar of 16 potencies. And Lord Ramachandra is Dwadaskala avatar. He is avatar with 12 potencies. Why 12 potencies? Because he is born in the Sun dynasty. So he is a Sunny. And Sun has 12 potencies, right? Because there are 12 months. In 1 month there is one potency of the moon, Sun. So start from January to December. So Sun has got 12 potencies. Ram was born in Sun dynasty, so 12. And Krishna in moon, so 16. This is the Rahasya. So therefore he says, Chandra Rupi Mataha Krishna Kala Rupastu Tasmrata. That Krishna is like the moon and the wives are the 16 kalas of the moon. Atra Vishesho Dasme Prapanchishyate. He says more details on this I will write in 10th canto. So you have to wait. Tasyevam brahmamanasya samvatsarganan bahun grihemedheshu yogeshu viragah samajayata. So when Krishna was relishing in this way, then many years passed. He lived for 125 years. So then he became Virakti, renounced. Griha Medasu Yogeshu Viraga. He says this yoga called Griha Meda, this family life, is enough. After some time, you had enough of it. You got so many children, their children, all the time making noise. So I heard once one guru was giving lecture that after one is 40 years of age, then the children's voice is very disturbing. So Krishna tolerated for a long time. He was 125 and too many kids. So now he decided that this is enough, I should leave now. He says, Griha Medheshu Yogeshu Viraga Samjayata, that he developed virag, now disinterested in family life. So although he says Chatur Varnim Maya Srishtam, Karma said that I made 4 Varnas, he did not talk about 4 ashrama. So that's why he didn't take sannyas. He was, for a short period, he was a brahmachari, and then he married and he remained grihastha. So therefore, it is said that in Kali Yuga, no sannyas. Because Krishna did not take sannyas. Nor did he take one prasth, because actually Kshatriya is not supposed to take sannyas. These 4 ashramas are only for the brahmanas. Because sannyas is for the brahmana, and kshatriya only goes up to the 3rd ashram, up to vanaprastha. And vaisya up to the 2nd ashram, he remains in the household. Shudra, he is nirashrama. There is only one ashram for him, that is married life. Because he doesn't go to brahmachari ashram. There is no brahmachari ashram for Shudra. He does not have sacred thread. So there is one ashram for Shudra, 2 for Vaishya, 3 for Kshatriya and 4 for Brahmanas. Because Brahmanas were teachers, so they will take sannyas and they will teach. So Krishna, difficult to figure out whether he was Vaishya or he was Kshatriya. Of course in Dwarka he was Kshatriya. So he should have taken vanaprastha, but he did not take. He was more like thinking, I am Gopal. So he remained in the household life. That's why Nanda Maharaj and all, they did not take sannyas. So Krishna did not set the standard, but he decided to leave. Griha medhesu yogeshu rajoguna maya karma margeshu. So what is this Griha Medha Yoga? He says this is the path of karma marg, which is based on rajoguna, this passion. Because if you are in family life, you have to be a little bit passionate. You have to protect your property. You have to earn some money. But these things need some rajoguna. Without rajoguna, it is not possible. If somebody becomes totally in sattva, then he is not going to earn money, nor is he going to protect anything. He will just meditate. Because sattva is peaceful and happy, no desires. So tadupalakshita karmi jana upanita bhogya vastusu viraga odasunyam samjayata. Now in case of Krishna, he is not a Grihamedhi, he is not into Rajaguna. So what does it mean? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that what it means is that Lord became disinterested in all the gifts and objects which were brought to him by the materialistic people. Because when he was living, he was also getting a lot of gifts. And anybody who brings a gift, he likes to see that the person you give gift, he makes use of it. Otherwise they feel dissatisfied. So now he developed disinterest in that. And Viraga Audasinyam Samyak Ajayata iti Sarvakalam eva Sasideva. So he says that really speaking, he always had that. Because we already studied that previously. Here he is saying that he developed Virag. It was always there. But sometimes he acted as if he is attached. So now he made it manifest. That is the meaning. Not that he became suddenly renounced. Tadanim tu ati spashti babhuva. Now it became clear to others that he is not interested. So like if somebody wants to leave a place and is learned, then he will become disinterested in everything. Because now he knows that I am leaving. Gunesu asango vairagyam iti vairagyasya lakshana. So now he gives another meaning. This is called uplakshan. Says what is actually vairagya or renunciation. the definition of renunciation is, the true definition is that when one becomes detached to anything material. Gunesu asanga. Usually there are two ways a person becomes renounced. One is that when one gives up objects of sense enjoyment, he doesn't enjoy. And other is that one sees that there is no point in enjoying. So one is internal renunciation, that person does not have the interest anymore. There is no desire. Other is that one may have the desire but one avoids. So in case of Krishna, he lost or he did not have the desire to enjoy. So what does it signify? It signifies something, and that is Gunartitesu Suddha Sattvamayeshu Rukmanyadi Vilasesu Vairagyam na Vakhyayam. Because Vairagya means becoming or having disinterest in material objects. So this means that he was not detached in the transcendental objects or transcendental personalities like Rukmani. So this meaning comes when you apply the definition of Vairagya. So real Vairagya is when there is no interest. Real Vairagya is not that people try to show off, but inside they are desiring. That is called mithyachar. Krishna says mithyachara se uchyate. That one is trying to control this senses from sense objects, but inside there is lurking desire. So that is hypocrisy. Hypocrisy basically means show. It's trying to show what is not inside. Outside one thing, inside another thing. So there was no such thing. Or Krishna was also a little bit hypocrite in the sense that he was disinterested externally and internally he was interested. But he was internally interested in internal things and externally disinterested in external things. So he also had this. So now he is showing his Vairagya Leela. He showed his Leela of attachment, that how a householder should take care of his family and not neglect them. Then he is showing that not that one has to just remain attached, one has to also know that one has to leave this. So one should also prepare for that. And that's why it was said that Griha Medheshu Yogeshu Viraga Samjaya. Griha Medha means intelligence. Griha means house. So our intelligence is meant to give us liberation. Buddhya yukta ya partha karma bandham prasasi. Endowed with intelligence, one will become free from karma. But people are using their intelligence only to be bound by the house. So such people are called Griha Medhi. That their intelligence works only how to remain bound in the household responsibilities. And they never utilize the intelligence how to get out of it. So this is one type of yoga. It is called Griha Medha Yoga. So most people are expert in doing this yoga. So Krishna also did it, or he made a show of it. And now he says Viraga Samjayata, that he is disinterested. So this is of course his Leela. Now one very interesting question he is asking. The question is this: Daivadhineshu kameshu Daivadhina swayam puman ko vishrambheta yogena yogeshwaram manubrataha. He says that all objects are under the control of fate. Now he is talking a little bit fatalism. Everything is under the control of Daiva. Daiva means Lord, Daiva means destiny. So everything is under the control of destiny. And we are also under the control of destiny. Our body is also under the control of destiny. We don't know when this body can collapse. It is very fragile. Like when you have to ship some objects, and if they are fragile, then you put a mark outside. Handle with care, fragile. So this body, human body is very, very fragile. Because one little bacteria can cause so much trouble. Small things cause big trouble. So, and that bacteria can come from anywhere. We don't even know whether it is already there or not there, or when can it come. Because these bacteria are all around. They are like little demons, and they can enter in you. Because our body has many gates and they are open. And there are no guards sitting there. They can go in and attack you. So then, like terrorists entering inside, then they will go and make plan, and suddenly they will attack. And you collapse on the bed. So this is Daivadhin, body and mind. So body is Daivadhin, and the objects we are trying to enjoy, they are also Daivadhin. They are also under the control of destiny. We don't have control over them. We work very hard, we think we are going to get something. In the last minute we don't get. So you want to eat. Like our teacher who died in that accident. You know how he died? He gave a class here, and from here he ran on his bike 20 kilometers on the bicycle, because he wanted remnants of the sadhus. He has eaten here. After eating, he cycled 20 kilometers because he wanted to get remnant of the sadhus. So the sadhus were eating, and he went and he was picking up remnant, and he picked up, and before he could put it in his mouth, the roof collapsed and he died. So this is Daivadhin. This is called destiny. So we are not, like they say that there are too many slips between cup and the tea. Right? There is a saying in English that you have a cup and it is full of tea, and you want to drink, and you can spill the tea, and you can spill it on yourself, hot tea. Not only that, you don't get to put it in your mouth, it burns you. So that is the meaning Daivadhina Kamesu, and Daivadhina Swayam Puman. And the person himself is under the control of destiny. And you don't know where you will be tomorrow or what will happen. So our body, which means the senses, the sense objects, and the enjoyer. All three. And yet we think we are supreme. People think Sivoham, 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 Sivoham. It's amazing that how ego can bewilder. That completely under control of destiny or Maya or material nature, and person thinks he is God. Means the supreme controller. God means supreme controller, not ordinary controller. So ko vishrambheta yogena yogeshwaram anuvrata. So he says that who is that person who will put faith in any of these yogas, especially this Griha Medhi yoga of family life, and thinking you are going to derive some pleasure from this. Says Yogeshwaram Anuvrata. Krishna was not Daivadhin, supremely independent, right? His objects were not Daivadhin, they were not under destiny, under his control. His body is transcendental, not under the control of destiny. He is Yogeshwara and he is not attached. And we who have no independence, whether it is our body, our mind, our senses, our possessions, and we think we will enjoy. That's why he is making this statement that Yogeshwara Manuvrata, that if you really follow Yogeshwara, Krishna, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Krishna is called Yogeshwara, then how can you put faith in any of these sense objects and sense pleasures? Because Krishna himself, who is the supreme independent person, Swarat, and supreme controller, Parameshwara, he was not interested in this. That's why he is asking this question, that he says, is there anybody who is using his medha, his intelligence, make program to enjoy here? Ko vishrambhete. Who? So this is a rhetoric question. It is nobody, really speaking. Especially if he is a follower of Krishna. Yogeshwaram Anuvrata. Otherwise we are not Yogeshwara Anuvrata. We are really not following Krishna. We are following our mind then. So all this enjoyment, they are just like dream which come and go. We make nice arrangement around us, gather objects, wealth, relatives, and we think we will live with all this. But Krishna, who had so many children that we cannot imagine, and so many wives, so many relatives, he was not thinking like that. So Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Sacha Vairagya Leela Etad Bodh Hetum Ityaha. So why Krishna performs Vairagya Leela, his pastime of renunciation? Actually, how can he renounce anything? Everything belongs to him. He is in everything, everything is in him. So why he does that? He does this to teach us. Tadrashi kriyate kirada yat sutvat paro bhavet. Lord Krishna performs pastimes by hearing that we become devoted to him. So he is teaching us a lesson. And the lesson is that don't put your faith in material objects, material relations, material goals, because they will betray you. This is the lesson. So it is a very hard lesson and difficult to swallow, Because we have put all our faith in material possessions, material relations, material goals, everything. We have devoted ourselves to that. And Krishna says, don't do that. So he says, Vairagya Lila etad bodhetu mitya yata. What is this? Yada swadhinesu api bhagavato virage. Tada devadinesu ko vishrambhet vishwasam priti va kurvita. So he says that Krishna, who has everything under his control, there is nobody who can take anything away from him. He is not dependent on anybody. You cannot find any person like this. In this material world, everybody is dependent on others. Nobody can survive here by himself or herself. Therefore, he said that no man is an island. Nobody is like that except Krishna. And although being Swadhin, he is not attached, he is not putting his faith in the material objects. So he says, if he is not putting his interest, his heart into material objects, although they are all under his control, then who will do this when they are not in his control or her control? They are under somebody else's control. Devadhina. Tada devadhunasu ko vishrambhet vishwasam kuryat. Who will really think that this can protect me or this can help me? Vishwasam pritim va kuryat. Or have attachment, affection for all this. Yogena chet yogeshwaram. So somebody says, well, one can do it by the power of yoga. Because yoga gives you siddhi. It gives some power. So we can put faith, can develop. He says, forget about that. Krishna is Yogeshwara. Nobody can, people can become Yogi Raj. Many times these yogis who can do some asanas, they write about themselves as Yogi Raj. But they cannot be Yogeshwara. So anyone, Bhagavantam Anuvratah Syat, anybody who understands Krishna, who is Yogeshwara, and he is disinterested. So he says, if you really want to follow him, then take this lesson from him. That is the meaning of Anuvrata. That as he is, he also become like that. So I will stop here and rest we will do tomorrow. This chapter is coming to an end now.
Krishna is wanting us to give up faith in everything material. Yet within the Vedic culture, there's many things that, like yagnas, tantras, and mantras, and things like that. That, well, I don't know if we're encouraged, but that we get some faith in, that they will help us in our spiritual evolvement, right?
Like what?
Well, I'm thinking in particular of one friend who was telling me that there's one Brahmana coming to do a yagna for her to help her overcome weakness of heart that has come from her previous life. And she's believing that this will work, that by doing this yagna with the mantras, and she's got a yantra and things like this. So what is the position in this?
So is she getting any benefit?
Well, it's going to happen in a few days. She just
So
told
then
me.
after that you tell me. These few days have passed.
Well, she believes
Because
she's got some
I
benefit.
really want to know.
Yeah, so do I. She feels she's got some benefit from the yantra and the Hanuman, whatever she's wearing, but I don't know if that's real or if it's manufactured here out of
Mostly
hope.
it is manufactured where you are tapping.
Okay. And devotees, they do desire to make advancement and overcome things that are holding them back.
You see, for devotees there is no need of all this, frankly speaking. If you fall sick, you can take Ayurvedic medicine, there is no problem, it is prescribed. But if you have any of these problems, then all this tantra, mantra, yantra and any other tra, then that is not really recommended. Then we only have Mahamantra. And if Mahamantra cannot help, nothing else. Sarva Shaktri Tatrapita. All powers are there in that. So now that is another thing. Somebody say, well, I don't want Mahamantra to help me for my heart. Yes, we should not use Mahamantra for that. But then take some medicine if there is a weakness of heart. If we are following the path of bhakti, then there are two things. That bhakti has one quality, that like women have this nature that they don't like another woman. If a husband has one wife and then she is looking towards another woman, then wife becomes very disturbed that why he is looking. Forget about having affair, even looking is disturbing. So that they cannot tolerate another one. So bhakti does not tolerate anything else. It is very exclusive. And if somebody tries something else, then bhakti becomes alarmed immediately. So as the wife, when she becomes upset, she says, I will go to my father's house. At least in India they threaten like that. So she will leave. So then bhakti goes away. So we have to know that what is my aim in life. If my aim is in life in bhakti, then I am not interested in any tantra mantra. We can find solution which is within the fold of bhakti. And you can do part. There is also in Bhagavatam many times said that if you recite this chapter, you will become rich, you will become this. So you can do that.
Really?
Yeah, in Bhagavatam many times you see that there is always some benediction that anyone who reads this chapter, then he will become free from this disease. Or like Narayan Kavacha is there, so you can recite that. No problem.
It's there in almost every chapter of Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Hmm?
It's there in almost every chapter of Chaitanya Bhagavat. At the end, there's a benediction for those who hear this.
Yes. But I really want to know what happens to this lady after a few days.
Okay. Also, you mentioned that Krishna...
Because somebody here also yesterday paid money to somebody because this guy said you are going to get heart attack next year. And he gave me 2,000 rupees, I will do puja for you, then you will not have heart attack. Now my question is that how does he know that she is going to get heart attack? And if she still gets heart attack, then what is he going to do? You're going to return 2,000 rupees back.
You mentioned that Krishna spoke about Vana, but he didn't speak about ashram. I've always heard that these two go together, that the Varnashram system was created by
Sometimes
Krishna.
I speak jokingly.
Oh, okay. I have to learn more.
Although it is a fact that he spoke with Chaturvarnam Vibhagase.
Confused.
He is talking about Varnas and duty of Brahman and duty of this. He did not speak about Brahmachari and Grahastha and Vanaprastha and Sannyas. In Bhagavad Gita he didn't talk. Although he talks them in Bhagavatam. I am just joking that therefore he did not take sannyas. If he had spoken, then he will have also follow.